Undead Unluck is a refreshing take on anime with its unique blend of humor, action, and a touch of romance, all wrapped in some of the most creative world-building we've seen in recent years. If you're tired of the usual tropes and looking for something different, this show might just be for you. The story follows Fuko Izumo, a girl cursed with the ability to bring misfortune to anyone who touches her, paired with Andy, an immortal man who's constantly seeking a way to finally die. The two form an unlikely team in a world filled with individuals known as negators, people whose powers negate some fundamental aspect of reality. It's a premise that not only feels fresh, but keeps the audience guessing with each episode. Where Undead Unluck truly shines is its world building. The anime sets up a universe where these negators can manipulate seemingly mundane concepts like luck, health, and time, turning them into devastating weapons. For example, Fuko's Unluck power creates random, often catastrophic events depending on how emotionally attached someone is to her. On the other hand, Andy's undead ability lets him regenerate from any injury, making him essentially immortal. But what makes these abilities interesting is how they affect the larger world and how they're used strategically rather than just for spectacle. The world itself feels alive, with layers of rules and mysteries to uncover. The organization known as the Union, which hunts down negators, operates with its own agenda, adding an extra layer of intrigue. As Fuko and Andy navigate this strange world, they meet other negators with powers that are both bizarre and fascinating. From someone who can negate the concept of spoiling to another who can negate immobility. These unique abilities force the characters to think outside the box in battle, making every conflict a mental chess game as much as it is an action scene. In terms of storytelling, the anime strikes a good balance between high-stakes action and character development. Fuko's journey from a girl who wants nothing more than to die due to her curse to someone who begins to find hope in her bizarre new life is compelling. Andy, with his devil-may-care attitude, provides a solid contrast to Fuko's emotional struggles. But as the series progresses, even he starts to show more depth than you'd expect from the typical brash hero. Their chemistry, both comedic and emotional, keeps you invested in their journey. What's also notable is how Undead Unluck doesn't shy away from tackling darker themes like mortality, the fear of loneliness, and the desire for freedom. At the same time, it knows how to lighten the mood with some well-placed humor and ridiculous moments. Andy's constant attempts to make Fuko use her unluck ability by putting himself in harm's way lead to some genuinely funny situations that break up the tension. That said, the series does have a few flaws. Some episodes feel rushed, and certain plot points could use a bit more time to breathe. While the central duo is well developed, some of the side characters can feel a bit one-dimensional at times. But even with these minor hiccups, the world building and the central premise are strong enough to carry the series forward. If you're a fan of anime that leans into creative powers in a world that feels both bizarre and intriguing, Undead Unluck is worth your time. It's a unique spin on the superhero genre that doesn't follow the usual formula, keeping things fresh with unpredictable powers and a plot that slowly unravels its secrets. Ultimately, Undead Unluck delivers an engaging experience filled with action, humor, and a dash of emotional depth. While it may not hit every mark perfectly, it stands out as a creative and entertaining series in a crowded anime landscape. I'd give it a solid 7 out of 10. It's definitely a show that anime fans should check out, especially if you're looking for something different from the usual fare.